Map 28. So this was hard. The idea for this level is there are a bunch of islands you teleport to from that center main island with the red key. And this first island that I teleported to has the yellow key. Now if you have the yellow key, you can open up some extra stuff on the blue key island, and vice versa. Yellow key, in my opinion, is quite a bit easier, and I feel like it's designed with that in mind. Because there's a spot on the blue key island where if you have the yellow key, you can get a BFG. But there is no such switch over here. So, let's go do this. I target the Archviles and kind of hope the chain gunners don't hit me too much. There's a little crevice where there's very little chain gunner damage here. There's more chain gunners behind me and more Archviles in front. Don't forget the Cyber Demon is still trying to snipe us. I mean, there's a reason we do this side first. Both, it's more doable with the rocket launcher without the BFG, and it's probably more difficult. Or at least more up to chance. So I try having them infight a little bit. I really don't have that big of a prescriptive statement. How long should you wait? How long should you not wait? If you come back here immediately, like, oh, let's go grab the Megasphere, because I did not take the Megasphere, then you want them to infight a lot. But if you're going to the Blue Island right after this, you don't have to have them infight that much. You can have them infight while you're doing blue key things. That's something to keep in mind. If you play this map, you gotta know, with all the teleporting happening, how can you make sure that you don't teleport directly into the monsters? And I think we're gonna see that eventually. That health bonus lowers the teleporter. Yep. See, I camped out where the Cyber Demon was to get their pathing for the imps closer, or rather farther from the teleport. And then you can come over here, and it's still hard. So I'm trying my best to do map 29, which is really tough. Now I'll talk about it more as we get to it, but well, me pistol starting map 29 is an interesting choice. And there we go. And at this point, I'm like, let's just leave it, right? I don't know. We'll see what I do in the recording. It looks like I do go back to finish off the yellow area. Okay. Yeah, I keep getting hit by stuff. I mean, this is a very grindy map. So, there's gonna be a lot of, like, sniping turrets and stuff, unfortunately. I mean, I must have done at least 100 attempts, so I understand why I'm gonna be shotgunning cybers when I don't need to use a full BFG, things like that. Sometimes these Revenants can infight with enemies from the other island, and I've seen that, it's pretty cool. But, you know, it's not like they're going to do damage. They're so far. They really struggle to get hits. Yeah, I remember now going to get chain guns. Just get a little more ammo. Alright, Blue Island time. We're in a pretty good spot. So I realized, I think the attempt before this run, I can snipe these Manx early. And if I do that, then they're dead. And I don't have to deal with them anymore. And you can also hit that Revenant. I used a crosshair when I played. The demo recording we're looking at does not have a crosshair, but trust me, I was using the crosshair. There's quite a bit of sniping here. Get them all to the left, try getting infighting to happen, make use of the Archvile explosion glitchiness, and we're good. Shoot him, go around, hope infighting happens, shoot the Revenant. There's Cyber Demons behind me. There are also Revenants and stuff behind me and Manx, so go back down so that we can induce more infighting, because remember, there isn't all that much ammo. So yeah, it's a pretty overwhelming map. Like, if I continue on, the Cyber Demons get crushed, and then I'd have to kill all of those Hell Knights by myself. The other thing I wanted to do was get these zombie men out. They're easier to deal with if they're already out. And here's that special yellow switch that'll give us the BFG. It's not trapped, just there it is. One, two, three. Yep, that Cyber Demon can see me. And you gotta be on the ledge, Pain State. If you're not on the ledge, your rockets are not high enough, and, you know, there's no free look, so... I had all those Cybers shooting at me. So after we clear this area and we grab the blue key, we would be allowed to leave. But we would be forced to pistol start the next map. If you do all of the extra content, you can bring a Megasphere and 600 cells into the final 2 maps. So after we do this, we will forage on. And besides, if you want to UVmax the level, you gotta do everything. Alright, there we go, looking good. Let's not blow ourselves up. There's so many Barons here. That's nice, getting a triple kill on Barons. Oh, very good. So now what I want to do is probably kill the Hell Knights. But to do that, I don't want them to be there when I open up the teleporter. So we're going to mess with their pathing first. And to do so, we're going to, well, we got to kill Pain Elementals first. And I'm not shooting that Baron, because if I hit him, the splash damage will wake up the Pain Elemental, who is currently in ambush mode. Yeah, I guess he blocked a rocket or something. So now we gotta fight all these Lost Souls. Luckily, this is really the only annoying Pain Elemental of the level. These 3. There are some more, but not as bad. That's how you know we're playing on Boom. Comp level 2 is really the only time your lost souls won't bounce. I tested a little bit, and I thought they bounced on MBF, but Decino's video says that they don't, so maybe I'm misled. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting those Hell Knights, so I want them to path this way, away from the teleporter. See? We got them away from the teleport. And since I did such a good job making them infight, see, if you do the method where you pull them to the left and run past, it's very possible that they don't infight well. If you just make them infight, of course, they'll infight well, but they might block you. So doing this method where you pull them to the left and run past, you have to be very deliberate about making them infight afterwards. And I did, and we ended up killing them really easily. Only like one BFG shot. I'm considering whether to grab the secret megasphere. What would I do right now? I'd probably take it. And it looks like I do in the video. Yeah, that only shows up after you return there from the teleporter. I think. It's probably the same trigger that crushes the cybers, which is when you fall down here. Alright. Now this is our first bit of truly optional content. This hallway is really not that bad. Just some arch files and stuff. Well, they're not fast enough, so okay. I don't press that switch. I want to keep the Cyber Demon higher. Or at least that was my thinking. Frankly, that's probably a bad move. So with only 279 bullets and 4 shells, I'm not going to be able to chain gun him. Yeah, the timing was off there. There are also some issues where your bullets just fade into nothing, so you do need to get closer than you would like with regular guns. But if you're using BFG, you have to get close anyway. But now that we got a good shot on him, I feel like chain gun is gonna be good. Yeah, if you use super shotgun, you gotta go on like the first or second step. It's so strange. You know, in map 12, there's that weirdness where your bullets just fade into nowhere. It's the same bug, I think. At least, it feels that way. I mean, large map, hit scan going into nowhere. It's not like, oh, block map, my bullets went through a monster. No, they're getting blocked by an invisible wall. Alright, next bit of optional content. Alright, so we've killed about 350 monsters. Everything else is optional. We are allowed to leave. We are volunteering to do this. So at this point, it is possible to get out of here with just rockets, but come on. You might notice that I'm taking care to shoot mainly to the left. That's so I don't hit the cyber by accident. I want him to do stuff for me. Yeah, that was so dumb. It's like, wow, getting hit by a direct rocket when there are barely any enemies? Jeez. But now we're good. There are also some block map issues here. They're not as bad, because, you know, you can move around. So now we're going to do another hallway fight. Also pretty easy. The Cyber Demon in that hallway very frequently fights with the Barons, and Barons occupy Cybers long enough that it's pretty safe. So now I'm realizing, hey, we're out of armor. There is no more armor in this level, at least before the next big fight. Of the things we could have accessed, there was a blue armor, a green armor, and 2 megaspheres. And, well, I only have 60 armor left. So now this next stretch of optional content must be done consecutively. When you do the hallway, you must enter the big fight at the end. There's no going back. But then you get to return to the main area and restock as much as you want, but there's no need to, because there's a megasphere before the real big final fight. Yeah, you just go for the Manx, he'll infight, pretty consistent. Yeah, and you can just kill him. Nothing crazy. So my goal is to have like 80 or so rockets going into the final fight and maybe 400 cells, hopefully. My other goal, even more importantly, I need to survive the next room. Next room is very hard. I practiced it a lot, and the strategy that I found was move left, make infighting happen. Move right, make infighting happen. Move left, go around counterclockwise. Kill the Cyber Demon if you can, run away, hide in the corner for about a second, maybe 2, maybe 3. Then continue counterclockwise, kill the other Cyber Demon if you can. Then stack some tracers onto the Archviles and Revenants who spawn in 30 seconds after the doors open up from everything else. Now I'm expecting 427 kills. That's why I tread very lightly here, because I know that there's one more Kako. There he is. So the far right, like away from me and then to the right, Archviles and Revenants will spawn there. Close to me and to the left, Revenants will spawn there without Archviles. There's a Megasphere and I think 2 Soul Spheres in this room. So there is quite a bit of health. But also, well, there are a lot of monsters, so it's not easy. I posted this fight, or at least the streamed version, on YouTube. And, well, I think it's obvious why. I got pretty lucky here. He was in, like, the perfect time for me to do that. Alright, here we go. Yep. 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 And here's the other Cyber Demon. We're killing at 3 health. A big thing that I realized, both from my attempts and also Decino's, continue going the same direction along the whole time. If you're going counterclockwise, don't go the other direction. Okay, well, be very careful about turning around, rather, and should happen late into the fight. Like here, I've mostly stabilized. I have 200 health. Thing is, we could still die, right? There are Archviles attacking me, and the BFG isn't the most precise weapon. It's not like it digs into exactly where you want. It's a giant shotgun, so if an Archvile is sort of deep in the enemy encampment, it might be hard to kill him. But now, we've stabilized, it's just Hell Knights and Revenants. We should be okay. I don't even want to use BFG here, because I'm like, well, if I use BFG, I gotta get close, and if I get close, I might get hit by a Hell Knight. And if I get hit by a Hell Knight, I might die. Now you see all of our goals are succeeding here. We have a lot of rockets, a little over 80. We have a lot of cells. We're in a good position for the final fight. In fact, this was the best position I've ever been in entering the final fight, including practice attempts. Frankly, only including practice attempts. This was the first time that I beat this fight in a real run. Yeah, Archviles, you know? Sometimes they revive stuff in weird places. Looking around for cells. None. Alright, unfortunate. But now we have access to the red key, because we did all of those optional red key things. And since we have the red key, instead of exiting with the blue and yellow switches, we're going to the red key switch. So now we're locked in. There's no going back. You should have 561 kills at this point. There's no backtracking, so make sure before teleporting here. This is 20 damaging floor, so I didn't want to risk it. Yep. It's a big room. There's no hiding. This is the final arena. So phase 0, there are lots of Archviles, 16. Lots of Revenants. And you can preempt them. Since I have so many rockets, I can actually kill a lot of them. If you have, well, 70-ish, maybe 64, you can kill like half of them, and then that opens up a lot of space for you. But I've never had 83 rockets at this point. That means I can kill all 16 Archviles before even beginning the fight. At this point, I'm doubting myself. Like, wait, those two switches, do I remember which one does what? And the answer was yes, but I wasn't that confident. I checked Decino's video to make sure. So you want to hit the right switch first when you get to those. But anyway, now time for the very long and arduous process of killing these Archviles. Now remember, we're playing on comp level 9. This is Boom. Enemies can fall off platforms. So sometimes the Archvile falls off the platform and then they can run around. It's very annoying. I wonder if this map could be made in vanilla. I'm trying to think, like, what about it requires Boom stuff? I don't think anything on the yellow island does. Neither for the blue island. But what about the way that you exit? I mean, you could replace the door with, like, instead of you press the red and the blue, I mean the yellow and the blue. I'm being so careful here. I'm not messing it up, okay? Waiting for everything to land, then peeking out. So I guess I'll just chat for a little bit while it plays. Instead of having the blue and yellow switches which open a single door, you could have consecutive doors, blue and yellow, and you replace the whole red key thing with just... You could have the red key be the same, like, just you press the red switch and you're gone. I mean, if you have the red key, then you have blue and yellow, so it's not really a thing to worry about. And then you could run over here. And I guess you'd have to do a Mika portal for this part. I don't see how, when you press both of those two switches, the ones on the left and the right, that's what opens the exit. I don't see a way that that could be made using real vanilla stuff unless you use a Mika portal. Maybe you put... Yeah, I see how you could do it. I would put very slow lowering walls, or doors, I guess, after each switch. And then on one of them, after those doors lower, the purpose of the doors is so that you don't get more space behind that switch. Because, you know, you want to use just whatever the land is and not extend it. Because you want to maintain the combat geometry, like Borog said. So maybe through the left one, there's a switch after that switch. And it opens up a little bridge on the right side switch, and that opens another switch, which opens the exit. I think that could work. And then we'd be able to play on vanilla. And if you play on vanilla, you don't have to worry about monsters falling off ledges like this. So we're a little under halfway through killing the Archviles. Thing is, a lot of them are going to fall off, and that's so annoying to deal with. I don't know what to say. It was just a really slow section. I'm sure A1's was able to do it super fast somehow. I don't know. Wait. Look, you play this level, okay, UVmax, and tell me that you're gonna do it faster, alright? This is such a tense area. I'm like yelling at myself the entire time here. Don't get hit, don't take any damage, don't give them the chance to hit you, nothing. Just no shot. Make it impossible for them. No, he fell off. But look, this is tense, okay? I have 13 rockets left, and there are like 2 or 3 more vials. That's not a lot. Alright, here we go. All the Archviles are dead? Literally from the last rocket, by the way. And now, time to fight. 16 Cyber Demons, 2 from each little pocket, and a ton of Barons. But, since I have so much space because I killed all the vials, this actually isn't that bad. You just gotta focus on dodging rockets, which is hard because it's dark and there are Cyber Demons in every direction. So, you know, they're also Pain Elementals. They're not too bad. I think at this point I was saying aloud, don't get hit by a rocket, don't get hit by a rocket. Because that's really the only way I die. At least at this stage. Some Pain Elementals, but we're not getting hit by rockets, so it's okay. We're taking cover. We're remaining calm. We're not getting over-eager. Now, if I remember correct... Right, we're avoiding rockets. Remember that. my goal, okay? Avoiding rockets. That's it. That's the only thing we're thinking about. It's dark. It's very hard to see rockets. They're gonna just apparate in my vision when they're 5 inches from my face, because I can't really see them from that far in the dark. So now we have Lost Souls, we have Revenants, all the way over there, and we have Cyber Demons. I'm doing lots of SR50, like this whole time, to avoid rockets. It helps you outpace a missile. Looks like there's one more Baron. We might win here. I mean, obviously, we're gonna win. Like, I'm uploading the video. But this is really where I'm realizing we have a good shot. We have a really good shot. It's not confident yet. There's still some scary moments. I'm trying to get them to infight, mostly to kill the Cybers. I just don't want to 2-tap them right now. Alright, one of them died. And I know the last one is weak, so... Yeah. So I gotta decide, are we gonna 2-tap him? I didn't really do the legitimate 2-tap move. I kind of chickened out. I was like, he's probably weak enough. I could hit him barely. Alright. Next phase. I'm hoping to get some pot shots, but I think I decide against it because I'm realizing it's too hard to actually hit him. This part is very easy. Very easy. But I still managed to mess it up. I'm gonna hit the switch, and then all of those Revenants lower, and they can approach us. And there are gonna be a lot of Caco Demons. I managed to collect 2 Megaspheres at this part by accident, which is pretty sad. No, it looks like I collected 1 Mega by accident. That Megasphere was definitely one that I wanted. So let's just pull them a little bit closer. I would rather have the Archviles at the end revive a Caco or a Revenant compared to a Baron. And if I get them closer, then I'm able to go behind them and circle strafe safely. Because the area way out there is damaging flow. So now we can circle strafe. Really isn't anything to worry about here. just be careful that, you know, you don't run into one. The infinite height stuff doesn't mess with you. Stuff like that. I'm trying my hardest to avoid that mega, but I still mess it up. I think I pick it up. Yep, there. That was sad. Instead of 200, 200, I get 25, 25 from the entire megasphere. That cackle almost killed me. There should be 20 enemies remaining after this wave. And those 20 enemies are 16 Archviles and 4 Spider Demons. We have lots of ammo in the back. We're gonna take stock of all of our inventory, and then we're gonna trigger the final fight. You can do this wave or the next wave in whichever order you want, but I think pretty clearly this wave is easier and it gives you lots of cells, so you want to do it first. So I'm keeping stock. Where's stuff? I have soul spheres at either far end. I have megaspheres on the close sides and the one way at the center, or like the switches over there. So here we go. This is it. Now, if you play this slowly, you should be okay. The Archviles tend to get distracted. You could use these pillars, and if they're not distracted, they'll run at you much faster than other monsters, so it's a way that you can target them by having them come to you. But the problem is, they do have nearly infinite range, and you don't. And they're very precise with their attacks, and you're not, because you're shooting a BFG, which, again, is a mega shotgun, not a sniper. Only a couple left. Only a couple left. I try not to hit Archviles with the BFG ball. That way, they don't target me between those few frames between ball land and tracers. Because the tracers are going to kill them most of the time. And the ball probably won't. So why even get their attention? Now I see there are a bunch of them, so it's like, okay, in 3 hits, all 3 Archviles were targeting me. I need another mega right away. Get hit again. I don't even think I killed the Archvile there. But this is it. My resources are starting to dwindle. Aren't that many soul spheres left? Aren't that many megas left? Maybe one? Maybe one of each? If I can get a hold of some ammo and the last mega, I'll feel confident. So that's it. I think that's it. No, there's one soul sphere. There's one more soul sphere. And it looks like 2 vials. Now, I have a lot of cells. But it can't go on forever. We gotta kill these vials soon. Make sure that the rocket getting their attention doesn't mean you die. I see him. I see the last vial. Get out of the way. If we can kill this arch vial... Yeah, I see that wall of barons, and I'm like, I'm gonna get overwhelmed. There are just too many barons. And eventually, that's too much health. I can't deal with that. But if we BFG, we get through them, kill the vial, and we win. And there we go. So now we're fully at rights to play map 29 with all the gear in the next room, the Megasphere and the 600 cells. But I choose not to, and we're trying to pistol start that next map. Oh my gosh, it's hard. But this, I was pretty proud of. Probably the hardest map that I've played ever. Maybe map 24 was worse. Tangerine Nightmare was still hard, but I don't know if it would hold up, like, if I played it today. Alright. Good level. Jeez. The Sunlust is not messing around. Like, it's real.